Hey you guys, welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be reading on, by viewer request, Deion Sanders and Karrueche Tran. We're just going to be looking at the energy exchange between the two. I know that there's been a lot of speculation about her true intentions as to why she's with him. So we're just kind of see what's going on between the two of them. So without further ado, I'm not going to drag this out. I'm just going to jump right in. We'll start with the oracle cards for each of them, and then we'll get right into the tarot. And I'm going to start with Karrueche. I do want to know also Karrueche is a Taurus and Deion is a Leo in case either of the court cards show up. Everything said in today's reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. I am only reading on the energy of the cards from an unbiased opinion. And with that said, let's get started. So I'm going to try to keep her cards on this side and then his cards on this side. She gives me damsel in distress type of energy toward him. Soft femininity type of energy. Like she feels like somebody that wants to definitely, or she gives off at least damsel in distress energy, like wanting to be taken care of. But I feel like she's also having a good time with him too. Like it feels like she also laughs with him. She doesn't enjoy spending time with him, getting to know him. I'm seeing his family, spending time with them too in the midst. But this dirty money is interesting because we have detective at the bottom snooping, digging for dirt here. I'm being brought back to the reading that I did on that football player or a soccer player, what we call here in the US, Jude Bellingham, and I think her name was Ashley. They kind of give me similar vibes in a way. So go check out that reading if you haven't already, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. But yeah, there is some money-driven motives here on her side. I will say that is what I'm getting allegedly, of course, for entertainment purposes. I could be wrong, but that's what it's feeling like to me. Or first spread of cards, she definitely gives me. She likes being taken care of. Financial stability is very important to her. So even though that is important to her, I feel like she still does genuinely enjoy spending time with him. Like she's willing to kind of put up with what comes with being an age gap type of relationship, but it's like she's having a good time. She's enjoying herself. I think the last thing I seen, they were on vacation together. Oh Lord, here we go. And we have honeymooning here at the bottom. The kinky ways is kind of self-explanatory. I'm not really going to get into that, but I'm guessing you guys can feel or see all this red, all this carnal type of energy, hot. They just may have a lot of intimate attraction to one another as well. But like I said, hidden intentions. I'm seeing damsel in distress again. So that's how she comes off to him. At least that's how she feels that she's coming off to him. We'll obviously check into what he has on his side. But yeah, it's a risky situation. Why is it a risky situation? Because that's what I'm being brought to focus on. So it's a risky situation because he could leave at any point. He may even have just, I'm hearing, he may have just also, or may be in the process of tapping out emotionally with her. Yeah, cupping season, single, ready to mingle, ready for relationship. So if it's not him, it could be her. So someone in here in this dynamic is just kind of ready to move on, or I'm hearing bored too. The red flag is coming up for her, but the why is like someone in here in this dynamic is kind of ready to call it quits. Allegedly, we'll see, but I'll confirm that in Deion to see if that's his part, if that's his truly his energy. But it doesn't feel like this is going to be something that lasts long, just because we have cupping season. So that could just literally be a season for them to just be together, but it's not solidified, right? Like I don't see them being together long term just based off of these cards alone. But there are some red flags. She may even just kind of be sensing, getting a feeling of kind of tapping out here. I'm hearing can't keep up as well, which could be him, but I don't foresee this being a very long term type of relationship. All right. Yeah, under frenemy, we got spilling the beans, and then I'm being brought to untrustworthy. Truths may have been revealed about her motives, or at least how she feels about him. I think his children have expressed concerns. I'm not really certain. If you guys follow them, please fill in any gaps there. I don't keep up with their vlogs or what they're doing, only based off of headlines. So there's just this obvious. It doesn't feel like he can fully trust her, or she trusts him. It just feels hot and heavy in the energy. Hot and heavy, but money being spent as well. I'm hearing sugar baby allegedly for entertainment purposes only. And hopefully there's some protection. Somebody could end up pregnant, dealing with one another, getting the legal system involved. Like I said, I don't foresee this being long term. So let's pull some cards on him to see if that's truly what the message is. If you cannot see that card, it says Bonnie and Clyde here, just in case. But it's like he may have missed someone or his ex or somebody he's dealt with years ago that he really kind of just reminisces on from time to time. But I feel like whoever this person is, he cannot get her back. But he is courting Karrueche. They're whining and dining, spending a lot of time together, lots of passion. So I said it's just a lot of hot and heavy energy here. And then us against the world. Like, kind of how it's been looking, at least from the public eye, right? When we see them posted up in blogs and pictures. It looks like they really enjoy one another. And like I said, it doesn't feel like they fight a lot. It feels like they have a really good time together, but I don't think that he's invested in it heavily. Like he doesn't see this or take this very seriously. That's why I said it doesn't feel like a long-term relationship. Okay, then we have numbing. I'll pull one more. Numbing, and then we have rebound. So has he alluded to or said that he has had any addictions or anything like that, self-medicating? And then we have rebound, the flighty, temporary option. Like I said, it just does not feel stable. It just does not feel like it's going to be a long-term situation at all. But it feels like he just could be numbing the pain, numbing being single, numbing being alone. This is like maybe a coping mechanism for him. Some people fear getting older and not being in a relationship. So he may just kind of just be numbing the loneliness, in my intuitive opinion. And then we have squad. I just want to point out they are doing traveling. Last thing I saw, they were on a beach somewhere. So I feel like they also travel quite a bit. Or he probably is doing research on her too. Like she probably has tried to get information about his true, I don't want to say that word on my channel, but about his true situation, his security. It's like she's trying to look at his like financial security, but he's like, who's in your past? Who you dated? What's your past situation? He may have even asked around in the industry, tell me what you know about Karrueche before I put this girl on my page, before I even say anything out publicly. And then look, hidden lover, low-key situationship, side piece. So this could have been even just started out as a situationship that kind of turned into a relationship, in my opinion. I don't think that he was 100% ready to announce they were in a relationship because I think she just randomly popped up on social media, like at the hospital with him. I don't get that he was 100% confident about informing the public about this relationship. Yeah, how he really feels about her though is like he's frustrated. I'm hearing like age differences, how they communicate with one another because there is a gap in their ages. It's just like their communication might be a little off because obviously generational differences, right? Different types of conversations, different things that are important to each of them. So, like I said, he's definitely getting fed up. Why is he getting fed up? Why is he getting fed up? Yeah, heart to heart. Yeah, when they have these conversations, there's just a generational issue here with them talking to one another, or it could just be communication styles. But then we have love bombing here on top of heart to heart. She just might be doing too much for him. It's like he feels like somebody that just does not have time for all of that because I'm seeing him like hold a football, him coaching. Well, really, the sport is his love and his passion. I don't think a woman could really just top that. At least to me, or Karrueche at least can't top that. But it's like he's still just kind of focused on the sport and what he has going on there. But it's like she probably tries to have a lot of conversations with him about his feelings and we should do this. And, ladies do like to talk about the emotional stuff, but she just might be doing too much. I just keep hearing like overly attentive, being brought back to that part for this card. Like she just might be doing a little bit too much affection for him. He may just not be an affectionate type of person. I'm hearing uncomfortable. It may just make him uncomfortable just having to do all the lovey-dovey stuff all the time. And we need to sit down and have a conversation about this. Yeah, and I think once they came out with their relationship, because we have reading up and like I said, doing research, like I said, researching, digging, what was your past like? And people have probably started coming out and telling him different things about her, over the years of her being in the public eye, tiptoeing. He just may have to feel like he has to tiptoe around her and then them traveling, them spending time together. So they have a lot going on clearly. I'm thinking he's kind of ready to call it quits, allegedly, in my opinion. So we have spiritually woke, lipstick evidence, and roller coaster. So this spread is more so for the energy exchange between both of them collectively versus me reading on them as individuals. It feels like they get along spiritually, emotionally. She has a level of maturity that he can deal with. It's just the emotional part is just kind of, it's a little too much. I want to clarify this lipstick evidence and this roller coaster because I feel like they tie into one another, but tell me more about this lipstick evidence. All right, so we have Sneaky Link that actually came out. So someone may be talking to or dealing with somebody else, allegedly maybe not even a monogamous relationship between the two of them. Monogamous meaning somebody may have another side piece or dealing with someone else on the side, even in the midst of them being in a quote unquote relationship. There's a couple cards that fell out on the floor. So we have key player and then long haul as well. I suspect, and I'm going to clarify this in the tarot as always, I suspect that Deion may be dealing with someone. Not only her, she may have suspected it or knows what this lipstick evidence is making me think that she may have seen some messages or kind of gotten a sense of it, but she just views him as this key player here. She's in it for the long term. Either way, like her motives are bigger than whatever he got going on, right? Like her goal is something completely different than what he has. And that's feeling like also where the disconnect is. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my comments out of it about her, but he doesn't feel 100% emotionally invested in it, and she kind of doesn't either, but she has a bigger goal in mind, in my opinion. Yeah, so this was a lucky break for her. Good fortune, lift off, lust. Yeah. So that's what I have for the oracles to get me started for the tarot. So I'm going to take this off the table. So this is something that she definitely took a leap of faith for because there's a feeling of disillusionment when it comes to her in this relationship. Again, with those last cards that I pulled for the spread of the oracle before we moved on to here, but it's like she knows that he may not be fully emotionally invested in her, but she's still going to continue to push through this. Somebody may have offered her the truth about him or like maybe pulled her to the side and it's like, are you sure you want to do this? And then she's just like, I want to be the Queen of Cups here. Like I have my man, my provider. He's going to provide for me and take care of me so that I could kind of live just as a taken care of woman. I can exist in my femininity and not have to worry about financial stability, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But I get the feeling that she knows about his energy, his carnal, his dealings with women and the ladies and past relationships. But she, like I said before, bigger goal in mind because this is how she's seeing them as a couple together. Her being like a Queen of Cups and him being a King of Pentacles. Queen of Cups. I'm also getting because I know that's not like a pregnancy card, but I'm getting like the idea of her thinking about being a mother allegedly for entertainment purposes only again. So she may have some thoughts about that or being in a place of now wanting to have a child. That's interesting. That's what I'm getting intuitively. Wow, I don't think I've ever gotten 3 8s on any of these videos that I've done so far, but we have 2 spiders, a dragon, we have 3 8s. Oh, y'all. I'll say this because the number 8 can represent stability in a sense. She wants things to move very fast. She wants to get him caught up in her web with these spiders. It's like she wants to get him entangled up in her web. Like she literally has a plan for this, you guys. Allegedly, in my opinion, plan that potentially could lead to starting a family, a 10 of Cups. She sees this as a way of having financial stability. I don't want to say there's a certain word I'm trying not to say, but it's like she wants to get him. I wouldn't say like bound, but just kind of like stuck to her in a sense. Like I said, there's a bigger game at play here. I'm also seeing the Hierophant, so not only like the web of potentially having a child, but maybe marriage. She might be marriage minded as well. I'm hearing like she's doing wifely duties too, like cooking, cleaning, and like I said, if you watch them and their vlogs, you let me know if that's true. But I get that she's very strategic when it comes to her relationships. But yeah, it looks like she wants to start a family with him though. But she wants it to come fast before things kind of here and drift away, or he loses interest. Like I said, because these are already just confirming what I'm just feeling like. It's like she does want to have a family with him. Page of Pentacles, a child. She's trying to manifest that. She's also trying to manifest them getting married, the Hierophant, them going to the courthouse, them in a marriage, a locked in situation. This is gonna sound kind of messed up, but I'm only gonna just tell the truth over here. But as soon as the Hierophant came out, because I was already thinking like, okay, she wants to get locked into the marriage, but there's something in the energy about her wanting to be the one to be able to sign off on paperwork because she would be legally able to do so, like having control of decision making, medical decisions. Like she wants to be a caretaker, almost like a caretaker, but just the one who has control, right? She just wants to be able to have that legal control because you guys know when someone gets married, at least in the US, if I'm not mistaken, if she's a wife of someone, she is automatically given decision making power even outside of his children. So it's like she wants to be the first person they come to if anything should ever happen, if anything should need a decision made, like he couldn't make it, she wants to be that person that would do all of that, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. So, and that's what's challenging her right now. Like she wants it, but that doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to come true because we're going to also pull on his energy as well. So I want to know why that's going to be challenging her. We'll confirm that in a few minutes. But at some point, he may just lay this all to rest. Like I think that's also what's feeding into this being a challenge for her. Yeah, again, still wanting to manifest his family with him, this security, but maybe a baby. So, Lord, I would say that future for them, like I said, I don't get that they're going to last long. I'm still getting that even for her future reading right now. It's definitely going to come to an end. We have Tower and Death. And we have Six of Swords here in this lineup too. Three of Cups is telling me that at some point, I think that it's just not gonna work out right. And I think this is also tied into him potentially dealing with someone else on the side on this Three of Cups. And it's gonna cause her to leave or somebody to leave in this dynamic. Here is gonna lead to that. It's just all gonna be crumbling down here as well. Because I wanted to clarify this Justice card in the end, if and when somebody does leave, right? Like I think they're gonna be balanced as well, but it's like it's gonna have to come to an end for it to be balanced. Okay, why? I'm also hearing they're not meant to be together. So even if they were to stay together, it will be challenging for them going forward. And I'm not going to go any further than that, but I'm just going to say that. All right, so it feels like she just has some cloudy vision when it comes to him too. I'm hearing unrealistic. So what she's planning to do in the relationship is just not realistic at all. And it's going to cause her to be in maybe some monetary issues, or she could just be left out and isolated from him, or they may just not include her in anything concerning his money. But there's going to be a new beginning at the end of the day. It's going to be resolved. So I said, Spirit just saying like they are not meant to be together. Not that they shouldn't, but they're just not meant to. All right, then we have Two of Wands to Judgment. Before I even just wanted to sit with these two cards to clarify Two of Wands and Judgment, I'm also getting all the plotting and planning that she's doing behind the scenes, because it's not meant to be. It's like she'll be judged for that too. Like she's gonna get it may cause her to get some karmic judgment too. And so I tell you guys on my readings, y'all gotta be careful of who you try to deceive or try to get one over on people, because you just do not know who their ancestors are, what spirits. You just do not know what God has for certain people, and you could get judgment and just for playing with them like that. Intuitively, it's just like whatever she's plotting and planning to do with him, with the money and her. You guys, when I said the future spread, what I said was challenging her. I'm not gonna go back through that, but it's like that could cause her to have spiritual judgment at the end of the day. Find what she wants to be her wish fulfilled, but it's not gonna work out like that. Don't worry about this Judgment card. Yeah, if she continues on, it's gonna just move forward. It's gonna move forward, and it's not gonna be good for her. And spiritual judgment can look like many different things to people, but forcing something to happen when it shouldn't, and then you may just feel the consequences of your actions later for whatever reason. And I'm also seeing his kids in that too, so it could just cause some issues with his children should something like that happen. Will she get pregnant? Do we see pregnancy in the future for them? Potentially, but I don't think so. Like I said, because Four of Swords is here, I think he's going to try to end it. I don't think he's going to let it get that far just because he has so much on the line right now. So that's what I have for Karrueche. Like I said, it's just she has a plan in mind about this relationship, or at least an end goal is what it's feeling like to me, in my opinion. I'm going to pull her off to the side and let's do his side. I meant to keep her cards on the table and put it in the box and everything, so I'm just going to move the card over. We're just going to take up the whole table for him now. He has some regrets about how things have kind of turned about. Like I said in the oracles, it feels like he did not want them to go public that way, or at least maybe even looking back, it could have been done a little bit differently, but it's just still some regret about how things have just kind of been manifested, maybe even this relationship. It's like he did not plan for it to get this far, but it's like he was willing to still be the fool, still willing to take that leap of faith to be with her. And then we have Ten of Swords here, so betrayal, but let's see what else. Oh, it actually came out. But it's like, oh, whoa, okay. So I guess you guys are meant to see the devil here, but yeah, Ten of Wands. Things were just becoming too heavy for him. Look, he's carrying all these wands here, all this obsessive energy, and I'm also seeing conversations. So her wanting to have all these conversations, these intimate talks, it's just doing too much. And the devil could be obsessive, addictive type of energy, toxic too. But it's just, oh, I'm getting chills just talking about it. But it's just, he does not like to have all those lovey-dovey conversations, y'all. That's literally the message I just keep getting. I feel like it may even make him cringe a bit when she comes to him, babe, can we sit down and have a talk? I don't think that he likes that very much. All right, Eight of Wands. Yeah, things kind of just happen way too fast, and it's now I can see clearly now. Time has went by. I've been able to learn more about her, to study here at the bottom. His vision is clear with this reversal, but things just happen way too fast for him. I think that if things went slower, it might have been a little bit easier for him, but it's getting into something serious too quickly. I'm hearing that song, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. That's a song I'm hearing. I don't know who that's by, but that's all I'm hearing for these two cards here. All right, then we have King of Pentacles here. yeah, there was this truth about her looking at me as this King of Pentacles, somebody that, look, he's counting his money, he's financially stable. Yeah, I'm a father, I take care of my family, my bills. But yeah, they had all this sexual energy between the two. But it's like he can see that not only was that good, but she sees me as the breadwinner, like somebody that's going to take care of her. And I don't think he really cares for that too much. All right, so we have the wheel, and another card came out, I think. Oh, yeah. The wheel, and then Four of Swords. Again, Four of Swords came out twice at the bottom for her, him wanting to lay to rest, her having access to his money. Yeah, her having access to his fortune. The lovers. Yeah, it's like he did, like I said, he did not want it to really just get this far at this point. It's like he's probably going to dead the situation, though, eventually. I'm also getting that he does not want people to know about how they started with his King of Wands because he is a Leo. I get the sense that he wants to be a little bit more private as well with her. It's like he did. It's almost like if your situationship became public, you guys say you're in a relationship, but it's like he still just kind of wanted to keep that hidden energy between the two of them. Like I said, just not wanting to get these messages out to the public. You see somebody's on a radio broadcast here with this Page of Swords. This is in his hopes and fears position, but it's like he just does not want the truth about how they started, how, the ins and outs of their relationship to become public, because I'm also seeing, again, his children. So it's like protecting your image, but trying to make sure that he still is upholding the perception his children have of him as a father. Tell me more about this Judgment card. And we definitely got Ten of Pentacles for her. I can't remember if it was for challenges or future for her. But anywho, or no, it was about whether or not she would get pregnant. That's what it came up for. I get the sense that he's getting his affairs in order now, meaning he's aging. He's just kind of making sure that everything looks good. His will, all the paperwork, everything that his family needs should something happen. I feel like that's in his energy, like agreements, paperwork, just kind of making sure that everything is done and taken care of. Financial stability, where's all his money at? His generational wealth, all the money he's accumulated to. He's just kind of making sure they're all just balanced out and everything. He's crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's, that like his estate is taken care of too. So Three of Swords was at the bottom a couple times, and then now it has actually come out. And then Ace of Pentacles here. Somebody else is watching him do this. It feels like there may have been people like having their hand out, or not only Karrueche, but it feels like a multitude of people. Maybe I'm hearing pocket watching. Maybe his family, his actual blood relatives that he talks to or he's close with, have been keeping up with him financially and what he got going on. We can talk about it, like business ventures and investments, but I would leave you heartbroken about it though. I feel like there are also some things that he wants to do, because I'm hearing bucket list, and I don't know how old he is, but it's like he wants to travel right now, travel the world, see things he's never seen before, this map adventure at weights. But it's like he can't do that the way that he wants to. Something is coming to a close here, and then also look, him collaborating with someone, Six of Pentacles. It's like he's probably giving people money as well, fishing out money, and that's probably why he can't do absolutely everything he can right now as far as leisure goes. I know they're on a trip right now, traveling, but it's like he just can't freely move about how he wants to. I'm also getting a download like she expects to be with him too, or he has to pay for a +1. Like he knows he has to take care of her and other people. Yeah, his stability is challenging him right now. Like he's getting his affairs in order, but it's still like making sure I still have money when I return home at the end of the day. Is he really seeing somebody on the side? Is that true? Or is that her seeing someone on the side? Let's clarify. Is it him seeing someone on the side, or is this her? Queen of Swords, an air sign, and she's a Taurus. So we have a Queen of Swords and a Star. So these are both air sign cards. Allegedly, he might be talking to someone that is maybe an air sign or an Aquarius. But let's pull one more just to make sure that's it. Remember I mentioned that pregnancy might be in the air for her? I wonder if it's somebody else as well. We had Six of Swords come out for her cards. I can't remember if it was challenging him or obstacles, but there's a pregnancy here in this energy, you guys. And she is not an air sign, she is an earth sign. So if it's not her, it could be someone else, or it could cause him to leave. So I guess we'll have to just wait and see, in 9 months or a year or so. It's true if he has a baby on the way. And it could be after him and Karrueche break up, allegedly. Once things kind of settle and they go their separate ways, a baby could pop up. Yeah, Nine of Swords. In your head, stressed out, anxious, right? Like, what? Anxious about work. Yeah, a truth coming out. More pentacles. If there is a potential young one that may come, it could lead to him being like really stressed out about having to still work, having to still provide for the family. Once you retire, you think you're done, but at the same on the same token, if you have a new baby, like babies are expensive, so it feels like he may have to cough up some money or pay child support or still be in a position of having to take care of children, allegedly. Yeah, and then we get the chariot for her as well in her spread. So yeah. Yeah, he would still have to go to work. He would still have to work and provide if that is the case. So we'll see. So let's see what his future is regarding their relationship. What is Deion Sanders' future? Oh, y'all, another baby. Oh, yeah. We might be seeing potentially a child somewhere in the energy. Who knows? I mean, it could be his kids to have another. He may have another grandbaby. Who knows? But I feel like at this time, because we have the future for him, I think he's still going to like woo her, still, you know, be a gentleman toward her. He doesn't seem like crazy or anything like that. He seems very grounded too. So he may continue to give this Knight of Cups energy toward her, chivalrous, treating her, but it's like he's planning on his escape, you guys. He's planning to go in a whole different direction from her. If there is a child involved in this, it could be, like I said, either around the time of the child getting here or after. But like I said, I just don't feel like they're going to be in a solid relationship long term. But it's like he's getting ready to put his skates on and boot. So tell me more about this son. Depending on what the card is, it may not be a child, it could be something else. But let's see. Clarify the son so we can wrap it up. And we definitely got Judgment for her. So if it's not a child, then it could just be, if it is a child coming, he could be facing some judgment from the public of getting her pregnant. It could come with a lot of judgment, actually, because it's showing up like it is. But if it is not a child, things that he's invested in for Karrueche or the dynamics of their relationship could be illuminated. He could be facing judgment, just from them being together, leaps of faith that he has taken to be with her in the first place. One more card, one last card for their future. Yeah, I think it's still going to close either way. Like the relationship is going to end the world at the end of the day. So to sum it all up, I don't see them being together long term, but who knows? We'll obviously confirm whether or not a child comes about from them being together currently, but I don't foresee them being in a monogamous relationship long term. That's it, you guys. I don't have anything else to read on for them. It's pretty straightforward. That's all I got. Thanks for watching, and thank you to the viewer that requested that video. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next video. I appreciate your support as always. Bye.